Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new live stream. Now, this is either going to work or it's not. So please let me know if you see the picture and sound and it's working fine. Now, perhaps there might be a slight delay. That's not a worry, but please let me know in the comments if it's working fine or not, and if the video is coming through smoothly, because I do have a backup ready to go if it won't work. Now, of course, everybody knows that there's some challenges with the use of YouTube in Russia. And of course, if you don't know me, I'm an Australian who lives here in Moscow region in Russia. I'm about 50 kilometers from Moscow, in the regions of Moscow or Moscow Oblast. And I'm here trying to make sure that this will work. So please let me know if it's coming through all okay. It will be fine. And I can see basically two chats. So there is a delay. All is coming through just fine. So I'm kind of getting one and then not the other. So I'm not too sure. Is it? Oh my gosh. So please tell me it's fine or it's not fine. Also, perhaps where you're watching from, if that's possible. I can see, of course, some Russian names in the chat, and then, of course, some more traditional names. A few people said hello earlier. Dark Knight, hello. Mark, hello. Anastasia said she remembers how to say the word goom. So it's like chewing gum or chewing goom. Chewing gum. And then there's Sum, which is the, I guess, luxury shopping center by Lubyanka and Kuznetsky Mosque. Matt says hello. How's it going, Matt? Even putting the comments up looks like it's fine now. Love to catch. Oh, okay. You could still be on VK video. I'm trying to figure out some of the other options to me. So I'm not in the mirror. No, I was actually just preparing a backup way for it to work if this wasn't going to work. So I've got it set up as an option if not. So yes, Fireflux, hello. Thank you. All is good. That's good to hear. Now, of course, I'm going live. There was a poll about whether or not I should do a live stream. And it looks like from the poll inside the chat, overwhelmingly people want to do live streams. I've not done one now for about a month, I think a little bit longer. I did pull up okay, I'm pointing over here, the donation alerts alert if someone does a donation. Okay, so if you happen to send a donation via donation alerts, I see the post straight away. Okay, so let me just give you a bit of a crazy thing before we keep going with the chat. So 5 days ago, I didn't even see this. 5 days ago, someone did anonymous donation, and it's a heart and then anonymous 5 days ago. Now, I've not done a live stream, I think, longer than that. Someone did an anonymous donation 25 days ago. This is how little donations I get, by the way. So I'm being very honest about this. And then 57 days ago. Now, I'm not sure when the last live stream was exactly. And then it was anonymous 68 days ago. That one says in Russian, hello, Russell. And then anonymous 76 days ago, hello, Russell from Dagestan. And then anonymous 77 days ago. So you don't have to put your name if you do donation alerts, by the way. But if you do, it is kind of nice to know who it is. But I've just realized when I open donation alerts just now before the stream, I normally open just the pop out of the posts when someone does a donation. And it says that it's changed the payment method. So where that was sent 5 days ago and it didn't come to my bank account, it's because they now want everyone to refresh their bank account payment type in Russia, which is, of course, where I am. So even that seems to be playing around a little bit. So, Stephen, there seems to be a delay. I hope it's okay, though. All is coming through. Taz, thank you. Mutan Riof. I know you're a long-time watcher of the channel. Taz, hello. Well, I told you I shaved in front of the mirror. Oh. Igor, здравствуйте. Welcome from Mumbai. Hello. Whenever I meet Indians in Moscow, and I see them when I'm particularly walking around the center of Moscow, and I met some a few days ago when I was at the Transport Expo, I said, that I'm from the #1 cricket nation in the world. And they always laugh a little bit because we have a big rivalry with India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, New Zealand, England. Thank you, Stephen. It looks a little bit better now. Yeah, it looks when I look at my StreamYard, which is what I'm using here, then when I look at YouTube on the other screen, it seems to be pretty closely synced now. So hello, everybody. It's kind of stuttery for Pasha. Sorry, Pasha. Peter, thank you for being a member for 6 months. And I know you're also a supporter of the channel via the super stickers that you send. So thank you so much if you're going to continue doing that. But thanks for being a channel member. And there's a new video for you to watch. If anyone isn't a channel member, they get the videos a little bit later than the members, depending on when I post them. But there is a video already for channel members that I posted before this live stream. I was thinking to do the publishing of that video after this live stream ends. So let's see how long we'll chat for. Ian, in England is all good. In GB, Team GB was during the Olympics, right? Thank you. I'm so cute. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. I can't read your name though, but there are some stutters. So I guess it's okay then, let's call it. I could be on VK video right now. I can try. Now, Volkan, I have set up a VK Traveling with Russell channel. So I'm not sure if you want to search for that on VK. If anyone outside of Russia doesn't know, VK is fairly well the Russian equivalent of Facebook, but it has quite a lot of extra features beyond what really Facebook offers. So yeah, maybe I can try to do a live on VK somehow. I know there's when I last checked, there was 8 members on my channel. I've just started it to get it going. So Tim says it looks great. Thank you. Peter, hello again. Looks like it's fine. Thank you, Pasha. Love to catch a live stream. Olja von Krieger. Watching from Hamburg, Germany. Thank you. In Germany. And in Austria, Whiskey and Food. I wonder if you've got a YouTube channel, Whiskey and Food. Oliver, hello. From a Calgary resident staying in Komi Republic. What? Canadian in Russia. Sikraka, Komi Republic. Wow. You should join the Telegram chat if you wish. I'm here from St. Joseph, Michigan. Glad to be here. Nice. Thank you, Susan. Wow, there's people from all over. It's really crazy, right? Germany, Austria, Russia, and then Michigan, all underneath each other. Oh, and Dave. Now, I got your T-shirt today. My wife said I should have worn it during the live stream, but the thing is, it's a black T-shirt and it clashes with the background when it's dark here. Now, because I've had to move things for the background of the video, I got your T-shirt this afternoon. My wife went and collected it after work. Rumble is growing as well. I'm not going to do all these Rumble, Dumbles, Yumbles. There's too many options. Hello. Vero Beach, Florida. Wow. Nice. I've cruised on Carnival Cruise Line ships. I worked on them out of Port Canaveral, out of, which is Cocoa Beach, Melbourne, Florida, and out of Miami, out of Fort Lauderdale, out of Tampa. Sam in Denmark. Hello, watching from Denmark. So everybody's watching from everywhere. That's crazy. Now, my chat's always a little bit slower. Hello, Russell. Wayne, I'm doing very well. Today I stayed home. I prepared a new video for the channel that we can put on after the live stream finishes. If we don't do a long live stream, we can put the video on and it can still be on after the live stream ends. Now, So yeah, what I tend to do is go out for a day filming and then have a day at home preparing a video for the channel. And that was today. Hello in Ireland, Joanna. I have a few Irish friends who I worked with on cruise ships who I'm friends with on Facebook, and they were gladly posting all of the Olympic champions, I guess, or participants on their Facebooks every time one of the Irish team members did well. Hello, Russell and Jen. Oh, Jenya's in the other room. I think she's reading or doing something. I'm not sure. Greetings from Romania. Wow, this is like really United Nations live stream tonight. Good evening, friend. Thank you. Lind LED. LED. YouTube in Russia is still working, but only if you switch off the Wi-Fi. Yes, Sam. Correct. Right. Yeah. So this is a little bit crazy. Well, so lots of people are saying that it's not working, it's blocked, it's going to go away, it's disappeared. Now, it absolutely works, and it just depends on the method of how you view YouTube. And this is where there's a lot of confusion, where people are now pushing everybody to Boosty. Please join me on Boosty. Pay membership on Boosty. Send money to Boosty. Send this to this. Send join this, join that. Now, no worries at all. I mean, I don't particularly like watching a video where it's stressed many, many, many times about leaving the platform and joining them or whoever they are somewhere else. So yeah, I don't think we can probably show this so well, but if I click YouTube open here, now I think my internet is, so that's going to foil it for us because my Wi-Fi got switched off. I switch the Wi-Fi off when I do the live streams. So there's Wi-Fi in the apartment here, which is now connected. So if I click YouTube here, it will now come up. It probably won't work now. That's a bit of a thing. Oh, there we go. Now it's scrolling because it's probably loading the buffering. So if I use it on the Wi-Fi in the apartment, which when we walk in the house, the phone connects to Wi-Fi and then doesn't use the phone provider network, YouTube won't work. But if I switch the Wi-Fi off, YouTube works. And I can use YouTube on my phone completely normally, no matter what anybody said that YouTube is not working. Now, the answer that I've got is that YouTube has been slowed down, not stopped or blocked, slowed down. So, so it's definitely working. Now, depending on so with a phone or with a device or with like a tablet, we have a tablet as well that my wife, I got for her a couple of years ago as a gift. She uses that in the kitchen, really. And if you put that on with the Wi-Fi off, it works. So, but then with my desktop, the Wi-Fi, the YouTube will open, but it is basically, like someone said earlier, slow or a little bit jumpy and bumpy. But then if I use a VPN, it works completely fine. Or if I use it through Yandex browser, it works fine. And then, or if I use, is it Firefox? What's that one called? Firefox. I don't use Firefox, by the way. So if I use Firefox, it's fine. So it swings and roundabouts. Now the chat. So yeah, so it's swings and roundabouts. So it is here. Greetings from YouTube leaving Russia, but Russell doesn't have to. Donald Duck. Well, I could leave Russia. I can get on the plane. I can go to, I don't know, the Maldives. Where should I go? The Maldives, Antarctica. It is temporary Google not maintaining own servers anymore. Right. So that's another thing that's mostly not been talked about, that there's a kind of a middleman that makes YouTube or in the internet. Well, YouTube is owned by Google, and Google is not maintaining the servers. And then obviously somebody at this end doesn't want to pay to maintain the servers because it's not their responsibility. So there's a bit of a kind of a disconnect somewhere. Taz, hello. previous Russell, I pressed the wrong answer, unfortunately. No worries, Nightwatch. It means that you like live streams if you're here. Greetings from Canada. Hello. Julia, if you write in Russian, I can't read it. And now, unfortunately, because I'm using a different browser to play back the YouTube, I now can't scroll over what's written in Russian and then do right click and do translate anymore. So there's a problem. I used to be able to just click something and then the what was written in Russian would translate to English. Can I get a video in St. Petersburg? Well, I'm in Moscow, so it's a little bit difficult. There is plenty of YouTubers who create content in St. Petersburg. If you want to watch an Australian in St. Petersburg, there's a channel called Aussie Spy. If you look up that channel, you can watch YouTube from an Australian in St. Petersburg. Is it true that YouTube leaves? I am from Dortmund, Germany. Greetings. Well, not leaving, no. Nothing's going anywhere. And it's completely working, completely fine. And a lot of creators or other content creators are, I guess, would I say the word scared, or they're trying to create a bit of urgency to find ways to make sure that they can keep making content and keep, I don't know, the wheels of YouTube turning from their end. So people are mostly pushing people to other platforms. Like Boosty is a membership and payment gateway that people can ask for memberships, and people can what is it called? Join their membership option and pay, I don't know, let's say 100 rubles a month, 500 rubles a month, 1,000 rubles a month, 20,000 rubles a month, and then they can see the videos. But if you go to the Boosty channels that most people have, you can't see anything unless you pay a monthly subscription, which obviously works out good. If you can get 1,000 or a few thousand people to be a subscriber and pay you so much per month, you're doing very well, let's call it. So yeah, that's not something that I want to do, because I leave everybody's choice to support the channel up to you guys as viewers. And where people do choose to do super chats, super stickers on live streams like this, of course, that's up to you guys watching. And then where you choose maybe on a video outside of a live stream, it's called a super thanks. And people do that. I know Andrea has done it many times. So that's an option as well. And then the donation alerts, I've always got links in the description for PayPal donation alerts. I took away Buy Me a Coffee because there seems to be some problems with that in Russia. So I've stopped using that as an option. So yeah, stay strong. When are you going back to Ufa? Was there about 2 weeks ago, back in South Africa now. We haven't talked about going to Ufa. My wife's cousin and wife and son came to visit us. Well, it would be 4 or 5 months ago now. 3 or 4 months ago. So we didn't really think about going there this summer. If we go back. But it's my real name, VK, sort of like a Russian Facebook. Yes. Oh, okay. I need to open that and figure out to do more posting more often, because I have the VK app on my phone, but I tend to do everything via Telegram. Jack, hello in Canada. Why does it matter if YouTube is restricted? I guess that's the right thing. Yeah, everyone in Russia is using a VPN anyway. Twitter is not working. No, but all Russian bloggers are still active there. The same with happened with YouTube. Correct. Right. So a lot of other social networks don't work in Russia without the use of a VPN, which is absolutely correct. So where somebody will tell you that the social networks are not working, this is not working, that is not working, everyone's known that in Russia for 2 years or longer. Things like LinkedIn hasn't worked for, I think, forever that I ever remember. Sorry, I'm a bit not prepared sitting here. And you know, someone will say to you, this is not working, that's not working, this is closed, that's not closed, that's not working. I mean, things can work. You just have to find that way for it to work. And most people, or all people in Russia, have found that option, right? I mean, I can finish this live stream, I can go to another browser, I can then watch the tennis, the golf, I could watch all of the Olympics opening, closing ceremony, I could watch individual sports. I particularly watched the BMX racing because I was following that in Australia. So I watched that, which was on, I don't even know what channel I watched it on, but everything is possible. In Clearwater, Florida. Hello, Susan. Hungary, one of the same countries left in Europe. Thank you, Jason. In Texas, and from Andrea, hello. I saw your name come up on the other screen earlier, so thank you. And you're also a very big follower on Telegram as well. LM is in Finland. Lapinkulta. Alan, I originally came to Russia about 10 years ago, originally. But back then I was working on cruise ships at the time. And I was still traveling back to America to go to work and then coming back to Russia. I mistakenly read that you were leaving Russia. No, it's about not me leaving Russia. It's about YouTube leaving Russia. Yes. So yeah, I don't want to create any one of a lot of content creators in Russia who are creating content in English have made these 2-minute, 5-minute videos about, you know, things ending, things stopping, things closing. Pretty much most of them that are Western or expatriates in Russia don't have YouTube channels in Russia. So they've got channels in other countries and their payment gateway is to another country as well. So nothing is affected for them, but they want to still create that sense of urgency of everything not working. Andrea, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Super stickers work. Thank you. And I'm assuming donation alerts works. Sorry, I'm pointing over here, but it's really over here because I don't mirror my screen so that my name is spelt the right way. Does anyone notice behind me, by the way, I got 2 gifts sent to me. Anyone wants to send me a gift for my shelf? I got a snow globe or a snow dome. Do they call them snow globes? Snow domes. And then I got a little crane from a company that I included when I went to one of the conventions, one of the machinery conventions. I showed all the machinery and all the cranes and all of the forklift trucks, and they really liked that in the video, which is just me walking around. And they sent me that last week in the post. So yeah. Will you shift to another platform? I would continue watching your videos. I will probably just post them on multiple platforms because I personally, I know that everyone's going to have a different opinion. I don't think anything is going to stop because most people in Russia don't use the other, like things like VK, this RooTube, this Rumble, Dumble, Yumble, Gumble, don't use these things really to the extent that people use YouTube. And I think until, you know, anything ever comes up that's better, people aren't just going to shift over, and the whole country isn't going to shift over. It's working fine. Thank you. Collusion. So yeah, I will try to. The thing for me is I don't see lots of point of posting the same video on 4 platforms and then everyone follow me on 4 platforms, and then one platform's taking away the piece of the pie from the main platform. You know, what I'm doing on YouTube is what I'm doing. So, the Russian government support you for? Not at all. There is no support whatsoever from anybody. I literally go and film my own videos. I make my own videos, my own content, and that's it. You know, what comment did I just read this afternoon? I don't know which video it was. Someone posted about this, that I'm making propaganda videos, right? I mean, When I went to the shopping mall on, was it Saturday or Sunday? I went to the last video that you guys watched, the Avia Park video. I went there in the afternoon because I went there to make a video, to walk around. I wanted to go on the weekend. I didn't want to go midweek when everybody thinks I show empty shopping centers. And I just went to Avia Park. I went and had lunch there. I went and had my favorite burgers at Franklin Burgers, and got the train and came home. So yeah, there's no one telling me to do that. I just did it on my own free will. If you can use foreign servers directly, or yes, well, that's it. YouTube shouldn't be working, but we're on YouTube. So what are we going to do? See, if we're all watching YouTube, then why should we talk about it not working? Oh, there we go. Siktiv car. Come to the Commie Republic someday. Thank you for the invite. What's the model of my phone? This is S22 Ultra. I've had this, I think they're up to S24 now, right? I've had this, I don't know how long now. 2 years? 3 years? 3 years maybe? Yeah, S22 Ultra. I think it's even in the link in the description because I always had that written there. Hey, did you visit the Army 24 exhibition? I haven't. No, it started, I think, yesterday. I think yesterday might have been the first day or the day before, 14th. Yesterday. It's literally in Park Patriot, which is, if anybody watched that NATO tanks arriving in Moscow video, the one about 3 or 4 videos ago, I went to the NATO exhibition of the museum there, and then the Army 2024 thing is also there, but on another part of it. It's a huge territory, if anyone's been to Park Patriot before. So I was trying to get a ticket to go there via a press ticket, but it just seems impossible to get one. I guess I'm not, pushy enough to ask for one through the right channels. And in the end, it just came down to me just going and paying for a ticket and going there, which it's about 1,200 rubles for a ticket. And I'm not a big fan of paying tickets for places when I'm going to go filming, because I'm more focused on filming and looking through the lens and trying to get the right angle, the right shot, what to talk about, than I am actually going to the event and getting my money's worth out of going there as an event. So I did go to it 2 years ago. I think was it last year? Was it a year ago that I went, or 2 years ago? And at the time I didn't make a video. The photos I even took, I didn't post on social media either, because I just feel it's a little bit more of it's not like one of the car expos or the crane expos like this one, It's quite different. It's a huge thing, by the way. When you go there, there is thousands of objects to see. I still want to decide. Actually, also today was the start of the India Festival. India, as in the country, has got a festival in Moscow for 4 days, and that started today as well. But I've got 4 days to go to that, so it costs money if anyone will use VPN. It means price for internet will be increased in dozens of times. I don't think that our internet's never changed the price since I've lived here, so I don't think that's really a factor at all. But DPC, I don't know what that is, Comrade General. Goodbye DPI on your I don't know what that is. DPIs. Sorry, your channel change. Gift wrapped. Christine from Wisconsin. I'm not being watching because in the Middle East. Right. Yeah, things are going on, right? Oh, hello to Indonesia. We were in Bali. Feels like forever now, and it was only a couple of months ago. Google shenanigans, right? Well, you guys, okay. So Julia, when you're chatting to somebody, if you're chatting to Green Baldrick, put the @ symbol first, and then start typing the name. Then they'll come up, and it highlights on their screen. My channel, there's no reason for my channel to be removed. Now, where people have talked about Also, other content creators have talked about channels getting removed from YouTube. Now, that's happened to one channel that we're aware of. I'm going to say we as in people that I know. I think maybe 2 channels. And the reason given, which according to the person's channel that left, they don't know why their channel left or got removed or deleted or completely gone. So, I guess it's down to the type of content and the sensitivity of the content for something to disappear from YouTube. Am I lagging or am I? I don't know. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't think me filming a walk around of a supermarket is sensitive material, or walking in a shopping center. Everything is completely public. Torechka videos, which you've seen, have got 1 million views on YouTube on the channel. There's 22,000 of them in Moscow, in Russia. So anybody with a phone could walk in and film a supermarket. I will, Peter, I'm going nowhere at all. We're just basically talking about it and discussing what's the current situation. I'm definitely not leaving YouTube because this is what I do and what I'm happy doing and I enjoy doing. Yes, Sephora is in Australia. Yes. Now supposedly the goods are from Sephora. Oh, right. Il Debut. But that's not it. So yeah, Il Debut. I didn't mention it. I couldn't think of the word Sephora when I walked past that store in the video. If you watch the walk around of the Avia Park, and the Il Debut was the Sephora stores, which is actually Louis Vuitton or LVMH. So yes. Solves all issues on YouTube and not loading. Plus, it allows you to completely. Okay, I'll look into whatever goodbye DPI is. Hello, love pugs. Hello. So with the Google maintenance, just our dearest Roskomaz. Yeah. What is the reason that YouTube is being blocked in Russia? Nothing is being blocked. Let's say it's being slowed down, not blocked. Did I miss super chats? Oh no. Okay, so Andrea, thank you so much again. Super sticker. It's amazing of you. And then Robert Taylor. Thank you. Also, Robert Taylor with the colors there. Looks like Google colors almost. Now we're talking about Google, right? Thank you, Robert. Thank you for being a supporter of the channel. And Andrea as well. And Peter for 6 months membership. Thank you. That's so nice. Now I lose my place. Yeah, nothing is blocked. It's been slowed down. And this is where the word blocked, I'm not a fan of it because it's getting told by a lot of content creators who are creating YouTube videos in Russia. And it's creating a bit of a panic, I think, that, people are telling people that it's been blocked and it's not. It's been slowed down. I mean, other social media platforms are in the exact same situation for 2 years already. And with other means, we can completely use them. Has it been hard for you, or have you had no need to learn? Yeah, so I struggle to learn things school-wise. So, yeah, I mean, I learn a few more words every week. Probably not enough to put in a sentence. So, Twitch, I won't go to use. This is really for gamers, Peter. I'm not a gamer in any way. So, just Google not anymore maintaining their own cache servers in Russia. Right. VG, hello. I love sharing your videos with my 3-year-old granddaughter. Wow, thank you. Maybe she's, they supermarket and shopping center walk-arounds. I went to the bus. I went to the tram parade. I went to the motorbike parade. I went to the I probably wrongly described the one. There's a picture of a bus on the thumbnail, and it was actually the Moscow Transport Museum exhibition at Sparrow Hill. It was really cool. That I think it just didn't do well on YouTube because I got the titling wrong. So must I get Telegram? Telegram's a good thing. There's 3,800 people on the channel, and there is almost 1,000 people in the chat, and the chat is very active. So yeah, I mean, Telegram is like WhatsApp. It's very similar to WhatsApp. Obviously, it's a two-way thing. So if you want to chat to somebody else who's got WhatsApp, then no worries, right? Sorry, Telegram. So two people need Telegram to use it, but there's a lot of channels on there, which are there's a lot of news channels, a lot of companies have channels there. So I like it, and I've used it well before, since pretty much the minute I met my wife originally. We've forever used it. While I was working on cruise ships, we used it. And it's yet to be ever hacked. They've still got a bounty on somebody hacking Telegram. Hello from Netherlands, Dirk. Thank you so much. Love your work. Thank you. By the way, thanks for 125 thumbs up or likes. Thank you. Whoever's clicked like or thumbs up, thank you so much. That's super nice of you if you have. Does this program work in Russia? Yes, it can. It doesn't work. No, let's say it's not working. No. Will it not work on my phone? Do I even have it? I have it on here. I don't use this. It's probably, oh, no, of course it's working. Because I switched off my internet and then switched it back on again over here, things are now loading up. So you do need to use a VPN, and then it will work. El Fuego, hello in Seattle. Hello. Largely part of Western nations information block. Right. The strange thing is, in the last 7 days, since, let's say, YouTube got more challenging to watch in Russia, the percentage of Russians watching hasn't changed. Maybe 1%. So I don't know how YouTube takes their statistics from, because if every Russian is now using a VPN to use YouTube, then the percentage of Russians should drop down to 0, and it hasn't. And it's not changed more than about 1%. And that really goes up and down anyway. So people don't want to say it, but this is the sentiment behind YouTube leaving Russia. Hello, chat. Tuko, hello. Accepting donations. Okay, let me just read this one again. Will non-Russian citizens living in Russia accepting donations from foreign entities fall under the Russian foreign agent law? I don't know how that works and how that's figured out. I understand completely what you're talking about, Vulcan, but I don't know how that works in terms of that. I mean, there is definitely a lot of non-Russian citizens living in Russia, especially YouTube content creators. Of course, I'm in that same group. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely some that are getting a lot of donations, like really a lot. And they are, yeah, in that situation. Yeah, they want. Yeah, they've for many years, I guess the government has been telling everybody to use VK. Everyone that I meet that's Russian, of course, that's everybody in Russia, right? That's a bit silly. Says, do I have VK? Do I use VK? And I don't. I use Telegram. And they're like, okay, and they open Telegram. Whereas if I had VK, they'd open VK and they'd follow me on VK. So, yeah. OnlyFans. I don't know if that even works here. I don't know. Do you know anything about Yandex Zen? I absolutely do know about it. I have got a Zen page or Zen channel. I guess everyone just needs to look up Traveling with Russell on all these different platforms. The Zen one I couldn't figure out properly, unless I'm doing it wrong. how to upload the video file directly for it to be played back inside Zen, because that can be monetized. So 1 second. Let's just press that. Okay, so sorry. Yeah, so I do have it, but I just think for me using one platform is enough. The VK one I just started because I figure it's good to get a bit of a following behind it. It's not just a matter of just saying everybody follow me here and everybody will. I mean, so even for the poll here, right? 143 of you guys are watching, but the poll's got 300 votes. So obviously people click in, vote, and leave, and don't follow even the live streams, because people like the regular videos and not the live streams. So Rumble as well, to try and build up that platform. Yeah, this is the whole thing, right? I mean, a lot of the other platforms need a minimum amount of followers to monetize them, or they need a minimum amount of views, or I think even on Reels and on these things like the short style things, they need so much retention. And for me, just to suddenly start a new platform and get a new audience, I don't think everyone's going to rush over to follow me over there. So, because it searches 100 times better than Google. Yes, Jack. I use Yandex pretty much all the time in Russia as well. And I use Yandex Maps. I use Yandex, the train timetables. I don't know what that's called. It's a Yandex train timetable thing. That's amazing for me to catch my local train, by the way. Yeah, Yandex Taxi. Yeah, it is Canadian. Rumble is Canadian. If you do not follow, right? Yeah, it does censorship if you don't follow the guidelines. Right? They've got terms of service. Everybody knows them. Even the way you write your description of your video and where people put hashtags in their description, even that can go wrong, where you put too many hashtags, and that's against terms of service as well. So videos will reach more English speakers, letting them take a look at Russian life. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've been looking at this in the last week or 2 weeks, the percentage of, I guess, Russian versus non-Russian viewers, and it's not changed. And I'm not sure why it hasn't dropped off, but yeah, it should show less Russians watching, right? I mean, naturally. The world cannot just let us people be in peace, right? That's for all ages. Get to see the world through your eyes. Yeah, I mean, that's like any creator anywhere else in the world. So I watch a guy that mows lawns. I watch a guy that's building a catamaran. I watch a guy that builds a house. I watch a guy that fixes cars. And I'm watching the world through their videos in that part of the world where they're doing that. Yes, all of this is completely what we're talking about. Yes, all of this is absolutely fine. Travel or Hubble, the money, T9 travel. I don't know what that means at all, Love Pug. S24. Yes, I've got S22. Anyone wants to buy me an S24? YouTube won't be banned. I mean, that's just me saying that. I mean, of course, someone could make a decision 20 minutes from now and change that. For now, I'm on Telegram. So, and then the VK thing I just set up. Nowadays posting social stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to have to step away for 2 seconds. Okay. So if you can just bear with me for 2 seconds. Okay. Sorry about that. Something happened in the other room and I had to step away. Now, is it still... Whoa, it's going crazy, the screen. Something happened I just had to take care of in the other room, so I'm very sorry. They are not going to be making the S series anymore, so that is the style of phone. Oh, no more S25 would be the next one, S25. S22 is what I have. So how is your life in Moscow compared to Perth? It's different. I mean, the big difference, of course, here is I do YouTube as my daily job. I'll call this a job, right? Because doing YouTube is a job, and it can actually be even harder than working a normal job. So where I went to work 5 or 6 days a week in Perth, I now have my own schedule or my own time frame for basically the more videos I make, the more I put on the channel, the more you guys watch, and the more it gives back. Dirk, thank you. Welcome back. So it's nearly impossible to compare Perth and Moscow. I mean, it's like comparing Moscow and New York, Moscow and Paris, Moscow and London. I met a friend yesterday in Moscow for a few hours, and we were talking about the same exact thing. Not necessarily comparing it with Perth, but comparing. We went to go look at an apartment that was under construction, and I was talking about the fact that that apartment could be in New York, could be in Paris, could be in Madrid. Probably not in Australia, the style of it, but it's just difficult. I mean, Russia as a country has very seasonal weather. That's the one thing I can compare that's different. Sergey, I read about this, and it takes a long time to do it quickly. So I've never bothered about YouTube because it would be impossible to gain the followers and subscribers so quickly to reach a point where it's worth the energy putting it into another platform. Where is YouTube going? Well, we don't know. That's the thing. Everybody's saying it's leaving. Everybody's talking about this. And I'm still here. I'm still making videos. Bank accounts, etc. What's causing all these problems? So the one thing that's talked about a little bit recently is the payment gateway from AdSense. So if anyone doesn't know how YouTube works, so once you're monetized, which is your channel has more than 1,000 subscribers, has more than 4,000 hours of watch time. Normally when you hit 1,000 subscribers, the 4,000 hours is pretty close. And then you can be then accepted into the YouTube Partner Program, YPP. And then at that point, you can then get ads that can be played on your channel, inside your channel, either at the start or the end or the middle. And then there is an amount of money that YouTube would pay the content creator based on the ads that are placed. So the quality of the ad and the country you're watching from depicts the amount of money you would earn from the advert in terms of the creator, which, say, for instance, is me. So if you do travel content, the payment amount is different to building a house content, different to finance content, different to people talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum and things like that. And the amount of money that a channel can earn varies greatly based on not necessarily the quality of the videos, it's the ads that are placed inside the videos. And then going back 2 years ago, when YouTube announced that they weren't going to put ads on videos in Russia. So before 2 years ago, when we watched YouTube, ads would play like everyone around the world gets, right? And then in Russia, when they stopped putting ads on Russian content, anybody that's just a normal casual YouTube viewer got ad-free YouTube. But then what happened then in terms of the creator, so either me, for instance, or any Russian creator, doesn't matter, the guy down the road, the guy from wherever, if they've got a Russian audience, they won't see ads, and then the ad revenue from their views don't get counted as ad revenue. Does this make sense? I hope this is making sense. So if you've got a very big Russian audience, you would then get very little AdSense revenue. So if your videos are appealing to a Russian audience, even if you're an Australian creator, Canadian creator, American creator in Russia, making content, and you've got a huge Russian audience, your AdSense revenue would be very low. But if you've got a very big Western audience and less Russians watching, then you're basically normal, and the money you're earning would be normal, wouldn't change. So normally, if you want to understand how high a Russian audience a channel has got, if you're watching English-speaking creators creating content in Russia, just have a look at the comments under a video. And then obviously the more Russian comments, there's more Russian viewers, because most Russian people who comment will comment in Russian, or people will comment in the language that they're from, or their native language. So definitely certain creators in Russia, or Western English-speaking creators, have a very high Russian audience, and you can absolutely tell that from the comments, versus others who have less. Hello from Canada. Hello. So what they've talked about very recently. So in the last 2 years, YouTube was also, so YouTube was paying those content creators if they were with Russian channels. So if you were a Russian content creator with a Russian YouTube channel, and then your AdSense was set up in Russia, so you have to set up an account on Google AdSense, and then you've got to have a mailing address. You've then got to set up the account for the payment from YouTube to go to AdSense. Then from AdSense, it would go to your bank account. And then that was still working for the last 2 years. The bigger problem is the fact that the deposit into the Russian bank account was in dollars, or in that currency that YouTube pays it in. So then what became a bigger problem on the Russian side is those banks that were accepting foreign payments weren't allowing people to take that money out without a fee, or a way to just access, because you can't just go to an ATM and take out American dollars from a Russian bank ATM machine, right? So you had to have 2 bank accounts set up, or a multiple payment option on your account, and then it would transfer and come out in rubles from the machine, for instance. And the last 2 years, people have had to scramble around and change their bank accounts to find a bank that would allow foreign payment, to allow it to be then withdrawn. And then what's happened about a week ago is Russian content creators with a Russian YouTube account have now been told that they won't be paying AdSense revenue to Russian content creators. And essentially, their money is gone. I think going forward from this month, I'm not sure when. So there is now lots of content creators in Russia, and especially if you are watching English-speaking content creators, who are now panicking that they need to find a new way to receive the money to an account not in Russia. So in Kazakhstan, in Georgia, in Kyrgyzstan, maybe Thailand, Turkey, wherever. But the problem is, it's not as simple as that. Google AdSense is very specific about you having an address and having a way to set up that account in that country. And then obviously you'd have to have a bank account in that country as well for the money to go to that bank account. And then when you do get the money back to Russia, I hope that makes sense. So yeah, now just to talk about if you guys know, there's some Australians that live over in Altai, over in the east of Russia, and I think, is it Backyard Russia channel? I think he mentioned in his short video that he made about Google AdSense getting stopped, which is correct. And when I looked at his channel, it says that it's set up in Russia. So maybe he set up his channel in the last couple of years. And I, for all the life of me, thought that his channel was set up in Australia, and it's not. So some content creators are going to have problems going forward if their channel is not set up, is set up in Russia. Not nowadays posting on social media, right? YouTube. Okay, so when we flew from Moscow to Bali, we flew through China, and we were at the airport in Guangzhou for 8 hours, and on the way back about 11 hours. And essentially everything was blocked there. But if you had a VPN, everything was unblocked. Or you had a device that allowed you to unblock the internet in China. So, and even the Chinese people that I met there, especially a couple of people at the information desk and things like that, they explain to you all the steps to get YouTube or the internet to work, or the programs or apps or websites to work in China. In Florida, love your channel. I aim to visit our namesake city in Russia one day. Oh, of course. Gray manatee. Manatees are in Florida. So yeah, that's a long answer. You guys keep chatting away if you are chatting. If everybody left after me leaving and coming back to the screen, I'm sorry. And then where is live chat? Over here. Sorry. I'm just using my other screen to see the other chat. Guys, keep chatting away if you are chatting. Obviously, the more comments I can reply to, the more I can stay here a little bit longer. Was it an imposter who got removed? I'm not sure what that question means, Anna. Are you talking about the content creator in Russia whose channel got deleted or got removed? I wouldn't say they're an imposter. I would say that they were a content creator who created a channel who, for whatever reason, their channel was removed from YouTube. I answered your question. Hello from Italy. Another Anna. Hello from Italy twice. Again, thank you, Robert. That's how behind I am. DPI dots per inch, I think, where each dot is so many pixels, I think. I think it's some kind of it's some kind of thing that helps YouTube work in Russia. Deep packet, that's the one. Yes, deep packet inspection. How is Jen? How have I been? I'm doing good. I had a haircut. I had a shave. I'm looking a little bit worse even after yesterday. I went out yesterday to Moscow to meet a friend, and we went to look at an apartment, which I'll have a video on that soon. If anyone follows me on Telegram, I post a lot of stuff when I'm out and about all day long. So yesterday I went to see this apartment. Worked out really nice. I met him in the center of Moscow. We then went for a nice walk, talk and chat. Two guys going for a walk in Moscow. Pretty much the only two guys. It's girls everywhere walking in all the parks, and not necessarily two men walking in a park. And then I went to the football last night. I went to see Dinamo play. I did post this on on Telegram. The photo is probably not the best. Well, let's not do that one. Let's do that one. That was me by the side of the pitch yesterday. And then where's the photo of... This was the team coming out. Check that out. That's a pretty cool photo. So yeah, I got to be pitch side for the match yesterday in the evening. It was Dinamo Moscow versus Dinamo somebody from Dagestan. Very hard to understand because it's two Dinamo teams, but it's different Dinamos. Yeah. DPI is a piece of software that breaks your normal IP packets, effectively circumventing. Oh, okay. Thank you. If someone wants to tell me this on Telegram and then show me how to install it on my computer on the other screen, I can figure that out. Yes. So yeah, everyone's typing in Russian. I have to skip over the Russian because I can't read it. And my screen is frozen. It keeps freezing and then unfreezing. What has been your most memorable? Oh, okay. Let's go back. My wife is fine, by the way. She was working today. She went to the dentist yesterday. That's, I guess, the breaking news about my wife. She doesn't like going to the dentist, nor do I. Gift wrapped. But she went to the dentist and had some things done at the dentist. Yeah, I don't like dentists either. But her dentist wants me to come to the dentist because I don't go to the dentist as often as my wife does. What's the most memorable event or place in Russia? I guess getting married was memorable. Yesterday at the football was pretty cool. I know it was only yesterday, but that was pretty cool. And I did briefly talk about this on another video, not on a live stream, but the very first time I came to Moscow, when my wife invited me the first time I came as a tourist, and then walking up the steps from the metro in Hotny Ryad. So if anyone knows Moscow, Hotny Ryad metro station is fairly close to Red Square and fairly close to Red Square. And then when you walk up the steps from the metro and you come out onto the cobblestones and you go up the little bit of a hill to the main part of Red Square, and then my wife saying, "Welcome to Moscow," or "Welcome to Russia." That's something that will stick with me. And when I've walked around with other people that are visiting Moscow from Australia, New Zealand, Portugal, friends, I get a bit of a thrill out of showing them places in Russia, or at least in Moscow anyway. So that's memorable for me when I saw it the first time. And then when I show other people things for the first time that they haven't seen, even if it's something very simple. And, you know, a friend from New Zealand was visiting. So we went to some supermarkets and he wanted to go to a fishing tackle shop. And, you know, taking him to normal places that everyone thinks doesn't exist in Russia. And they absolutely do. And, you know, what's wrong with YouTube in Russia? Well, everyone's saying it doesn't work. Everybody, not me. Well, things are not as smooth as they were in the past. We've had to overcome these challenges. I'm not leaving Russia. YouTube wants to leave Russia, or he's talking about leaving. Forex, how am I? I'm doing good. Yes. Oh, lots of Russian here. Too much. Okay. VK is kind of like Russia's Facebook. I'd say that. It's Russia's Facebook. It does have a lot of other things built into it, but it's very much closer to describing it like Facebook. Yeah, supposedly this RuTube, but there's just not enough people watching that for it to be very successful. I have a test tomorrow and I'm anxious, so I've played your live on my background to calm myself down. Vulcan. That's very nice. If that's helping, I guess I'm being a little bit more explanatory of questions. So I hope it comes across okay. Yeah, man, I guess if you've studied, that's all you can do, right? And then that's it until you get to school or wherever you're, university or whatever you're doing. And you've got to just rely on everything that you know. And when I was back in Australia, this is going to go back, well, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago. I did a course about how to ride a forklift truck. You know, the little trucks that lift the pallets up and down. And I went on was it a 2-week course? But it was actually about warehouse management. And part of it, we got to get a driver's license for a forklift truck. And there was essentially just myself and 2 other guys I sat next to who were older. Everyone else was school age and essentially unemployed school age kids, I was going to say, who got made to go on these courses in the hope of them finding jobs. And the three of us at the back, the three guys, all pretty much had life experience and a lot of, job experience behind us. And we were kind of laughing and joking at doing some of the tests because they were quite simple and very logically very simple, and almost to the point where they were too easy. But then there was the kids in the other rows who just didn't get it. And, that's just comes from life experience. And, if you've got a grasp and understanding of what you're learning about, then you should be able to get through the test. Thank you, Robert. Keep up with the videos. Thank you so much. Let's enjoy the stream. Absolutely. You've got an S20. Yeah, my last phone was the S9 Plus, and then S22 now. So you're making General Chow's chicken with a side of rice and side of carrots. Oh, nice. I had pork tonight for dinner. The tomahawk. I call it tomahawk pork. It's very simple to make. How much other phones can they be used in the US? Absolutely. This is just a normal Samsung. I bought it from the Samsung shop in Moscow. It's completely works everywhere in the world. It's exactly the same one. If you go to your local Samsung shop, the one in Moscow Samsung shop is absolutely the exact same store. You answered the question. There we go. Welcome back. Thank you. Quite some time and find it particularly interesting. I myself make videos about Amsterdam. Joe WRSM. Nice. Joss. Oh my gosh. Can I remember that? Let me just type it on the other screen. If it's going to be, I think everything's going to be slow today. JOSWRSM. Oh, there we go. 956 subscribers. You're almost at 1,000. You are so close. So close to 1,000. Maybe you haven't got all of your things turned on because you don't have the community tab. Where is your community tab? You've got some shorts and you've got some long form videos. Short videos, if you're not sure, the ones that you film vertically with your phone like this is 59 seconds or less. If you want to do long videos, more than a minute, this direction. Oh, cool. You're doing a bit of everything. What's your most popular video? 30 motorbike stuff. Motorbike content, BMW particularly, from 2011 and 2013. Wow, 13 years was your videos on YouTube. That's crazy. Wow. Do motorbike content. Review some motorbikes if you've got one. If not, go to the motorbike dealership and do a walk around. And your last video was 2 months ago. So you need to get them last 40 subscribers. No, 44 subscribers to hit 1,000. It's a very psychological level to reach. I'm off this chat. Have a good day, Russell. Thank you, Donald Duck. I'm sure you've left already. Sorry. Free software solves the... Oh, there's a lot of them then. Okay. Find the instructions. Easy peasy. Everyone says that. Everybody says that. Let's hope it is. Goodbye, deep. Okay. Bye-bye and goodbye. Well, thank you. Daniel, I'm already using one. I use it. I only really use it for YouTube on my desktop on this computer right here. And then when I'm out and about, pretty much I only switch it on if I want to send a message via Facebook. Meta. Is it called Meta? That's not talked about in Russia, right? And that's very rare that I use it on my phone. Very, very, very rare. O'Fallon, Missouri, having thought about doing a video about the Monsters of Rock concert they held at the airfield where they have over 1.5 million concert goers. Wow. Big Rod, the big challenge with doing videos with music is the copyright. And if you've got music playing or if you film a concert, you could put it on YouTube, absolutely. And then at some point, they'll probably strike you because the music is copyright. That's why when I did the Gorky Pug video, and there was the guy playing a guitar, young kid playing a guitar, and I was talking over him playing because I know that YouTube would pick up the music and copyright block the video for monetization. Peter, thank you for that super sticker. Let me flash that up on the screen. Thank you, Peter, so much. You can actually now like people's super chats. Do you know that? Or super stickers? There's 2 thumbs up on your super sticker. I should have looked at the others earlier, but I didn't. But you can now like somebody's thing. Just like where somebody did donation alert 5 days ago, and I didn't know about it. I wish it was more successful donation alerts with my live streams, but they're not. You as a native English speaker, can the name Sergey cause any misunderstanding because of its pronunciation? Not at all. Sergey, no. Sergey is Sergey. Sergey Bubka, the pole vaulter. That's the only Sergey that I really know. I'm sure there's a lot of million other Sergeys. I always relate back someone's name to something that's sporting related. And I always try to remember things simply because of the name. Erica, not a lot is happening. We were just talking about YouTube generally and the fact that other YouTubers are talking about YouTube. So I thought I'd talk about it. YouTube is completely working. There is nothing stopping it from working. There is no difference in the way that I make a video, upload a video, put it on the channel. Not at all. So, yeah. What's for dinner tonight? I know your wife had something good in the oven. We don't have an oven in this apartment. So, that should be a reason for me to do a YouTube live stream in itself. We should do we need an oven live stream. And then we should try to raise the funds to buy an oven. And actually, this is just ironic that you mention it because earlier today, my wife said that we should make this cottage pie, or we call it in England, Australia, England, shepherd's pie. It's basically mince with potato and cheese and tomato, and we need an oven to do it. We've even got the metal trays to put it in the oven, but we don't have an oven. This apartment, since we moved in here, doesn't have a physical oven. It's got a hot plate. We also have now we've got an air fryer, and we've got a slow cooker. So we've got everything to cook, but we don't have an oven. And only tonight she mentioned that, it's like we're running out of things to make because we don't have an oven. And we need to buy an oven. We need to somehow save up money to buy an oven. So, so I had pork. What do you call this? Tomahawk pork. It's like pork with a big bone. I call it tomahawk pork. So you're on YouTube for comments only. Oh, okay. For the articles. Please just stay. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, not everybody likes sanctions, Daniel. Yes. I don't like the word hate. I know you've just said it there a couple of times. I say heavily dislike. So when my wife says she hates something, I say you heavily dislike it, not hate it. Heavily dislike. Really awesome your job. If YouTube leaves, when all can see all your content. Well, I don't have a backup. Diet Moroz. Oh, Diet Moroz. Where is Snagurichka? Yeah, this VK is what I'm going to try to work through. I don't think from my side it's going to be a problem. But you know what? I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. Did YouTube sanction Russia? I guess the word sanction is a very loosely thrown around word. And if you noticed if you guys all watched the video of Avia Park Shopping Center, the largest one in Russia, and then at the very end, and actually I thought about talking about it earlier in the video about the cost of living crisis. And this is the buzzwords around the world at the moment, the cost of living crisis, and how the cost of living has gone up for everybody, for me, for you, for everybody. And I mentioned it only at the very end of the video, and a couple of people commented about me talking about that and how it affects people's spending. So whether it's going to a shopping center, going to a supermarket, choosing to go to pay for a ticket to a concert. And, you know, when you walk in the shopping center like I did on the weekend and it's packed because, you know, there's also a big population in Moscow. People are shopping, people are buying things, people are, you know, and it's kind of bucking the trend a little bit of other countries' current situation. Dinner, yeah, dinner. We say dinner, yes. Supper. Yeah, English people say supper. Also, Canadians, dinner. Yeah, what's for dinner? Yeah, lunch, dinner is the breakfast, lunch, and dinner is the way Australians would say it. Tea is the tea, as in drinking tea, is a way British people say it. So you have tea, which would be dinner, then supper would be later after tea. So you'd have tea, and then later on you'd have supper. Wow, that's really confusing. Good night. What happened? Am I reading the same things twice? That was a good explanation. Thank you. The thing is, a lot of other English-speaking Western YouTubers or non-Russian YouTubers who create English-speaking content in Russia are probably not fully explaining the situation for them. They're just saying it very broadly, and then everybody is pushing everybody to go over to Boosty, which is essentially a social media program where you can gain subscribers and people can pay monthly a fee that would money to watch videos. And I should probably be doing that, and then I can pay for the oven, and I can, you know, wear a fancy watch instead of having a suntan here, you know. From Melbourne, do you do fan meets if we visit Moscow? I've done one, yes. I'm a Kiwi married to a Russian here in Australia. We will come to Moscow next year. Yes. We've done one official fan meet, and there was 8 of us there. I think 9. I'm trying to remember exactly. I was telling my friend yesterday that we had one, and he didn't come, but he could have come. But yeah, I tend to bump into people more often than I would arrange to meet them. So everywhere I go filming, I meet subscribers, even on the bus, on the train, even at the shawarma place getting shawarma, I meet people. So yes, she still has a salon. Yes, she does. She has her nail salon downstairs in the building. I did post some photos, it would be a long time ago now, where she had some remodeling done. They're actually remodeling the room next door to her room in the same salon at the moment. So there's a lady that's got a massage and facials, and she's getting her room remodeled now. Yeah. So yes, so she's doing good. She went to the dentist yesterday. So yesterday we're not talking about, because it's we'll be glad to see you in Krasnodar. Thank you. What is happening? Love the content. Always good to watch your videos. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much. In Manchester, I've been to, I mentioned this to somebody in a comment. I went to the huge shopping center in Manchester, Trafford Centre, talking about me filming shopping center videos, right? And the food court there is themed around a passenger ocean liner or a ship. Would love to go to Russia someday. Been taking Russian classes. What? Taking Russian classes at college. Hello in Alaska. I've been to Alaska many times on cruise ships. Of course, you know, in summer, Skagway, Ketchikan, Juneau, pretty much is overrun with cruise passengers. We also went to Sitka. We went to Seward. We went in Canada to Vancouver Island. Where did we go there? We also went we were going out of Seattle or Vancouver on the cruise ships. Southern California. Did you watch? I watched a lot of the Olympics, although a lot of people didn't watch them because of the fact that Russia wasn't there and Belarus wasn't there. People don't think it was the Olympics because every country wasn't present, which I agree with. But yeah, didn't watch all of it. I watched certain sports on certain days. We watched the entire opening ceremony, and I watched about maybe half an hour of the closing ceremony. I think I was out. I didn't get home in time to catch it earlier. So yes. Oh, Vitali. Hello. Maybe you were already here or you just came late. Why have I got top chat and not live chat over here? There we go. Oh, I'm really behind. Is a ride on the Central Ring Metro the one with the glorious luxurious stations an option for a video? So I've done the video on the MCD circle line, which is the one that's the complete circle. But I've only covered, I think it was 8 or 9 stations, which are the last ones that made the whole circle up. So it's now the longest circular metro in the world. You couldn't possibly make a video about every station because I think there's about 40 stations on that line. But I just covered the brand new stations. So that might be worth watching that video. There is a playlist, I think, of the transport videos. I don't know if I've got it in a playlist. But if you search by the most popular, then there should be the one that there's a picture of the metro train as the thumbnail. Bookshops, yes. Yeah, so Dirk, when I filmed the Avia Park video, I deleted the 30 seconds of showing a bookshop. And I don't know why I did, because I realized by the end the video was way too long and I had to delete some bits out. And there was actually a bookshop up on the third or fourth level. Third level or fourth level. And I did actually just walk in and walk out and show it on the video, but I deleted that part. Pretty much all shopping centers have a bookstore. Even my little shopping center here in Prelivka has a bookshop on the second level. And it's got stationery and things like that in there as well. In the center of Moscow, there's some very big 2 and 3 level, like department store sort of size bookstores. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned I didn't show it, and that's one of the bits that I deleted, just to shorten the video a little bit. How is the price of chocolate in Moscow? Normal. Just go find it on special. That's the main thing. One shop will have it on special one week, one will have it next, like Coles and Woolies back in Australia. People lost YouTube the other day, which means they haven't. No tweet. Okay. So much more. It's good that they regain internet now. Yeah, look, I think not everybody uses social media, particularly, let's say, older people. And anybody who is probably in the modern times of using every app under the sun on their phone does have a VPN and does use one. Honestly, when I look at my statistics from the last 7 or 10 days, there isn't really a drop-off. And I thought there would be, and there isn't. Maybe it's slow to catch on, that drop-off. Chocolate candies are still made. Yes. Yeah, candy. It really is what you like. Actually, I bought my wife some chocolates. No, not yesterday. Yesterday. Was it yesterday already? Or the day before? When I went to buy some meat at Miratok, is a meat supermarket, I bought some chocolates. Do you also have contact? I don't know Vasi in the Hay. The Russian helps many poor people. I'd like to hope that just doesn't go away. He has also a Russian channel, and then he does one in Russian, he does one in English. I do know his channel, but I don't know him. I don't think he's really got any contact information, unless I'm missing it. I haven't even been recommended one of his videos recently either, because I stopped watching them. So yeah, I'm fairly sure his channel is more than set up outside of Russia, but you never know. But how he gets his money to do the things he does, I'm sure he's figured that out. I mean, for instance, donation alerts, I'm just pointing to where it's on my other screen here, which is on this side. If someone hypothetically sends me a donation alert now, as in now in the next minute or two, I will get that in my Russian bank account. Let's hold that up. That's my card right there. Tomorrow at 3 a.m. So where you see content creators pushing donation alerts, because they know they can get paid the money tomorrow. So if anyone does want to buy an oven for my wife, you're welcome to send a donation alert, and then I'll go tomorrow and buy an oven and make a video and put it on the channel the day after. We'd have to get someone to install it though. So I'm thinking way too far ahead of myself. So yeah, this is where Boosty also, this is where I don't like people over promoting Boosty, but they know they can get the money to their Russian bank account instantly, or fairly well instantly. So, and then they've obviously realized that YouTube is back paid 1 month or 2 months, and it's not easy to get the money where they want it tomorrow to buy that oven, the oven we don't have. So that's where I've got to say to you, go to my Boosty, go to the Boosty channel. If anything happens, I'll be on Boosty. My gosh, I've heard it 12 times already. Russia doesn't want, YouTube doesn't want to leave Russia. It's a fact. I into it anymore. Right. Will still be available in Russia. Just can't make money out of it. You can absolutely make money out of it, Lone Wolf. You just have to send people to other platforms to make donations to, I guess, offset the AdSense money. What? $3 US for a midnight candy bar? Well, but Milky Way Midnight, are they the import? Were you in Russia midnight gift wrapped? $3 US. So that's 300 rubles. There's no Milky Way in Moscow. That's 300 rubles. I bought a Milky Way last night for the train ride home, and it was like 46 rubles. 46 rubles for the big Milky Way. I bought a drink and a Milky Way for the train ride home last night. Not the midnight one, the regular Milky Way. So, who's helping homeless in America is there? Look, the thing, right, with Vasi and the Hay, he has a niche that he's done it on a Russian channel before he started the English-speaking channel. And other YouTubers anyone can create a YouTube channel and find an audience to watch it. I mean, there's a big thing about Mr. Beast at the moment going on YouTube, and one of his first videos where he got sponsored. Someone gave him money for a video, and he said to them, if you give me $10,000, I'll walk out right now and give it to a homeless person on the street, and I'll make a video about it. And he did. He walked out, I don't know the timeline of that, but he walked out with money in a paper bag, found a guy at traffic lights and gave him the money and made a video about it. It got how many million views, and it more than paid for that sponsorship that he got paid, or the money he got paid to make that video. So that was one of Mr. Beast's first videos where he had a sponsorship or a payment to make a video. Now most of his money comes from selling chocolate bars. So, is membership working? For my channel, there is members. There is really not many members who are watching tonight, I don't think. Was there one or two? I'm sure there was one or two that were actually members. I don't have a lot of members on my YouTube. I have it really just as an additional way for you guys watching to support the channel, and it doesn't really earn a lot of money because I don't put the higher payment options in, like $50 a month or $100 a month, rather than it being $1 per month. So it's really more just of a, sorry, I just need to adjust sitting down. It's really just a small way of people thanking me or a content creator mean, I should probably put in $10 per month level, 20, 30, 100. And if someone wants to do that money payment, they can. And otherwise, I guess I'm not pushy enough to send people to other platforms. Even donation alerts. We did a whole live stream, 1.5 hours, and no donation alerts. So what am I doing that everyone else is doing that it works more successfully? Oh, Doc has the same phone. Nice, Doc. I love it, by the way. And as my mum would tell me forever, what would I do without a phone? Because for many, many, many years, I didn't have a phone when everyone else did. So, yeah. Will you make more apartment tours? Yes. Literally yesterday. I can show you the photo, I think. Yeah, because it's not a secret. Literally yesterday, I went to see a micro apartment. Look at that. 15 square meters micro apartment. There's no steps there because they haven't finished them, but there would be. I think they've got two photos the same. I need to. That's going to be the thumbnail for the next apartment video. But it's actually. I won't give too much away because everyone's got to. I've got to leave you in suspense, right? Thank you, Juan Pablo. I don't own a car in Russia. No, Eric. I catch public transport everywhere. It would be helpful, especially on the weekends, going somewhere or going for somewhere that's a bit further distance. I mean, I don't think I get really anywhere any faster if I had a car than I would catching public transport, especially in Moscow and Moscow region immediately. I'd much rather have an oven than a car. Public transport is good enough, right? Sergei Grinkov was a famous figure skater. I don't know any famous figure skaters. Should I know one? I don't even know any of the ones that like the American ones or the Canadians ones. Oh, Brian Boitano, Canadian. Wasn't he Canadian? I think I just remember his name from The Simpsons. A cooking live stream, yes. If we could get an oven, then I'll put a tripod in the kitchen and we'll do something. Oh, Sergei Lavrov. In case you didn't see it, how much. Sergei Lavrov. Oh my God, how do I not remember him? I always think of sporting people. That's an easier way to remember Sergei's. Chocolate in Moscow, a chocolate bar here is $3. 300 rubles? What? Where's a chocolate bar for 300? That midnight one, I think, would have to be an imported one to be that price. I'd have some too. Those Russian wives always cook. Yes. But I'm trying to get my wife to put less things on the pork when she cooks it. She wants to use like little sachets and things and spices. Yes, with tomatoes and cucumbers. Yes, no pickles. Tomatoes and cucumbers. And sometimes we don't have any at the moment. But sometimes with beetroot. Oh yes, I just happened to catch her live stream. It was come up on my feed when I opened YouTube. And Michael, I still haven't been to Ostankina Tower. I'll have to set a day to go there. Really, when I want to go there, I'll go to Vedenhar at the same time because it's the same area. Lisa can't cook. There you go. Yeah, always we have, just going back there, we always have some salad on the table. No matter what we eat, there's something. I always wanted, where are you from? Spain. There is a replan to ban Boosty here. For real. Huh. Yeah, that would be interesting. I guess the same with Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee also, I think, was working towards blocking all of the Russian people or Russian accounts for Buy Me a Coffee. No, I'm falling behind. Yes, I'm going to go faster. Poor Jen, I'm bracing myself for, to visit my dentist. Yes. Where would you recommend in Australia, and which country would I recommend? Which country? Bermuda, Pablo. I'd recommend go to Sydney or Melbourne, or go up the East Coast up to Brisbane and the Gold Coast. Anywhere on the East Coast. Don't come to Perth because it's a long way and it's a bit boring. And Trump gets back in, it'll make it easier for Russia. Let's hope. Is it me, or are all the women in Moscow absolutely stunning? Yes. Right, absolutely. Yes. Joseph, I went walking with my friend yesterday for an hour and a half, and even he and I are taken, well taken, and the same thing that we talked about. Very, very true. Yeah. And we talked about this actually, that there's a higher percentage of stunning, knockout, gorgeous Russian women than there even is in Australia. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Yeah, Russian wasn't allowed. Not fair. It's not like the 70s when it was. Right, exactly. Chocolate $1 to $2, right? $2. Even I buy the bar of chocolate, 50 rubles for the normal bar of chocolate. 46 rubles. Wow. Well. Yeah, for the Milky Way, 46 rubles. Yes. Russian's knowledge of English. It depends on the person, Danny. Like my friend yesterday speaks good English. I met a guy on the bus actually yesterday morning going to Moscow who I sat with. He actually recognized me in line when we were waiting for the bus. And he's like, "Oh, you have a YouTube channel. You're a content creator in Novoselivka." And we chatted the whole way. And we even got the metro to wherever his station was. He got off before me. Yeah. Yeah, so some people have good English and some don't. And especially older people who never learnt it, can't speak it. And that's completely fine. I've got no worries with that. I shouldn't feel bad that I can't speak Russian if they can't speak English. So I just have to live with it. Boosty, basically people are setting up Boosty in a way that they want people to subscribe to the channel, but then the videos are behind a paywall where you have to pay a monthly subscription to see the videos. So where people should be posting free content there, they're not. They're just posting the videos where you have to pay a monthly subscription to then watch the videos. I think that makes absolute sense. So yeah, it's not free really. It's a monthly payment platform to then watch videos. Next video will be about a market. Very popular video remade at a different market. Do you guys want to watch it? Let's end the poll. If we end the live, how far am I missing from the chat? Did I just click end poll? Yes. Let's do a new poll. Start a Q&A. Start a poll. New video right after the stream. Let's do yes and no, because that's pretty much the easiest thing. I can post the video, publish it directly after the live stream ends, which is a little bit late, but it's not really that bad. eBay alternative, not really eBay in terms of auction sites, but you've got Avito, A-V-I-T-O. Avito is pretty much the one that everyone uses. And then if you want to do shopping similar to Amazon, it would be either Ozon or Wildberries. Yes, the opening ceremony, Evan made a little bit of a mess around of things. Everybody wants to watch. Oh, 14 people. 14 votes. Someone said no. That's okay. The World Friendship Games. Want to watch that. I used to live in Moscow. Would you Prussia? With a BMW logo. Last night I bought a kilo box of Snickers minus minis for 240 rubles. Wow. Kilo box of Snicker minis. Very nice. For 200 rubles. Bargain. From watching your videos, the biggest difference I see in general is that Russian women wear sensible shoes. Yes. And some women do wear high heels, of course, when they go to bars and clubs and cafes. But considering where they catch the metro and the trains and public transport, it's not very practical. So that's why we're just walking around everywhere. Yes, women do wear, they have 2 pairs of shoes and they change. But yeah, considering the amount of public transport people catch, especially in Moscow, sensible shoes are a must. Never been to Russia, you still need to learn Russian alphabet. Это. I know a few words. До свидания. Oh, до свидания. Goodbye. Oh. Do they still have the 3-year tourist visa? They are for Americans. Americans have got a 3-year tourist visa. Everyone else is dependent on the country's reciprocal agreement with each other. Well, didn't have a drink today next to my friendly ones, at least. Yeah, this is where there's a bit of a thing on YouTube with other content creators as well, where they talk about how certain countries have longer visas issued to them and others don't. Do you study Russian? I'm not currently studying it. I'm trying to learn more words, though. Philip, did you go to the Army 2024 today or yesterday? I saw the Bushmaster. I made the video about it in Pak Pobede when it was Victory Day. And then I think that they've put that temporary display there at the Army 2024 thing. Yeah, and it's the one that's rusted out, right? It's like, looks like it's completely rusted. They obviously rust pretty quickly once the paint comes off them. I read 40 euros this month, and it's a lot of money, I think. I'm not sure what that means. Sorry. Bag of mini Milky Ways, $8 in Wisconsin. That's why I always ask the cost. It's horrible. Okay. No, I've heard about the word friendship games, but I don't know much about it or when or how or what. So thank you for showing my country. You're welcome. Generally it takes about I'm a little bit lazy in that I tend to have my one screen open and my other screen open and then Telegram open, and I get a little bit sidetracked while I'm doing it. So it can take quite a lot of hours, which if I really just switched off the computer, well, switched off everything, I could get it done in an hour or two. But it really should only take a few hours to do a video. If I film everything in sequence and I film everything without editing or things that are not needed in the video, then it's much quicker. Yeah, cooked one. Oh, you were there also. How many people went to Army 2024? Did people go today or yesterday? Spokona noche. I'm going to bed. Spokinoki or Spokona noche. I think that's a good night. Duolingo works well. 70 countries will be going to the Friendship Games. I've been to the Ostankina Tower twice with different people. I went with different friends who wanted to go. I've not made a video there, though, but I've been twice to it. Kamagurski. Starbucks is still here. It's just called Stars Coffee. From Aussie to Moscow, August 30. I've been. You're coming in 2 weeks. What, Philip? But I'm happy to catch up for coffee if you're keen. I'm staying in Kitagorod. I was in Kitagorod yesterday. We're meeting my friend. I met him in Kitagorod. I met him outside the metro station. Then we went to see an apartment, literally, in Kitagorod. And then we walked all the way down to Patricky Ponds. Patricky Ponds. We could have got the metro there. We could have been more lazy, but we walked. We loved it. We had a great time. If I had a car, I could put a camera in my car. Yes. Visas aren't free. You have to pay visa processing fees. This is what I don't like. On a couple of YouTube channels recently, they talked about how it's visa free for countries to come to Russia. And it's not free as in money free. You've got to pay an amount for the visa processing through the Russian embassy in that country. And whatever amount it is, you can get a tourist visa very simply if you follow all the guidelines and pay the fee for the visa. I have not been to Sochi, no. Give me, yeah, pork. Svina. I always say Swina, and I'm pretty sure. And Gleb. I'm not. There's very little bear. You can buy bear like salami. You saw a video from Army 2024. Okay. If I went there, I wouldn't make a video. I just think it's too sensitive for my channel, and it would. The topics that I've covered that have showed military equipment were, relative things for Victory Day, and then going to the NATO exhibit at Park Patriot was something I wanted to do. The Army 2024 thing is on a bigger scale. It's like basically a military convention. And it's, I'm going to say the word a little bit scary. It's not scary. It's scary to see the equipment. That's what I think is scary. And scary to see, things that you can literally touch and climb in and climb on. And, the fact that there's other countries exhibiting at that convention their equipment that people or countries can buy and sell, right? Yeah, 40 euros a month to watch content. Yes. I boost you for 40 euros a month for an account to watch content, I think is a lot. Yeah, you can pay that much to somebody for their different levels of boosty. Mamu. I haven't been to a Mumu for a long time. I know them though. I don't go to Mumus. Baltica. Eat as much as actually not really. There's no all you can eat places. There's fixed price restaurants where there's like a certain price, like 250 rubles, 300, 500. So the whole menu is one price. Ilya, thank you. Здравствуйте. Thanks for your interesting videos. Thank you for donation alerts. And it's working. 48 seconds ago. It's nice to see my hometown in your videos and look at your country through the eyes of a foreigner. Yes, I get that comment a lot, Ilya. Thank you so much. Здравствуйте. Thank you. Yeah. Спасибо. Sorry. That people like watching, for instance, a Petersburg video because it's me talking about a Petersburg and me giving my opinion about a Petersburg. Although we know there's 22,000 of them in Moscow or in Russia, these supermarkets. This one chain of supermarkets. Susan, thank you. Wow, that was exactly the same time. For the super sticker. Thank you, Susan. No comment, super sticker. Thank you. It's very nice of you, really and truly. A little dancing person. I can't put the dancing person on the screen because it's another thing that blocks that in Russia. But that's been for a while, so that's not new. Wow, thank you. Really. That's a lot of thank yous. I'm sorry. And Ilya, thank you for that, proving that donation alerts works. Yeah, this Max thing, I think they've cancelled that quite a few years in a row. Someone told me last year about going to it, Max Air Show. And I think it's not in Russia at the moment, or they're not hosting it. And I think this Army 2024 thing may be kind of a non-flying version of it. There's a lot more military equipment at the Army 2020. I could make that video unlisted or a private video. I could put that on Boosty and charge people to pay to watch that video. There's always a salad. My wife, it's a very Russian thing. In Australia, we wouldn't do salads unless it's a barbecue. I've spent very little time in St. Petersburg. I've only spent a couple of days. in total added together there. So it's hard to say I like it if I've not really been there. I did get it. Yes, I have not heard anything about them canceling my subscription, but I heard that they were blocking Russia. All right, so Susan, I'm going to explain it very quickly version, yeah? So basically, depending on the person's YouTube account, where it's set up. So for instance, mine is set up in Australia. The AdSense goes to a bank account in Australia, which I then work out a way to get the money from Australia to Russia, which is the hard part, really. So anybody that's got a YouTube with a non-Russian YouTube account, and then it's completely all good. So if, for instance, the person is Australian, American, Canadian, I don't know any other countries making videos in Russia, but yeah, and their money then would go to that account in that country, and then they bring it back to Russia somehow. For Russian YouTubers with a Russian YouTube account, at the moment, as of about 4 or 5 days ago, they've said they're not going to pay the AdSense money to the content creator. So if, for instance, you do a super chat on, like, for instance, Lisa would love the other day did a live stream, and she's talking about the fact she won't get the money from YouTube, and yet people are giving her super chats and super stickers and super chats, and she probably won't get that money. YouTube will still take the money from the person giving it, but they won't pay it to the creator. And I feel like I should have said in the live stream, why are people sending you super chats when you're telling people you're not going to get the money from YouTube? The super chat money, super stickers goes into the AdSense revenue, which then gets paid out on the 21st of the next calendar month. So people that are really stuck are mostly Russian content creators with Russian YouTube accounts, with the Russian AdSense accounts, who get the money, were or are getting the money to Russian bank accounts. I hope that makes sense. It was about 350. I'm going to Patriot Park again. Well, did you do the express one of the tourist visa? Not the normal. There's like an express and a not express one. And you're going to go to Patriot Park again. I can come with you that day if you want, if you're going to go there. It's not easy to get to, so it's a bit of a whole day thing if you're going to go. So make sure you've got a whole day, even if you want to go for an hour or two. I'm a foodie and I love supermarkets. I've been only to Detroit in Michigan, and I was there for a couple of days in between cruises on a cruise ship. So yes, I know I should come to Sochi. I really want to go to Anapa and go see the Plastic Russian, who's a YouTuber down there. Oh, yeah, I made a how to get to the beach video on my other channel, Susan. Yes. Cool. You were in view last week and you thought of your video. It was beautiful. Or maybe you're thinking about, do you know I've got a second YouTube channel? I'm guessing you do. Yeah. Yeah, I like cruise ships as my other channel. And I was making how to get to the beach videos. Kind of similar to my walking, talking videos in Moscow of supermarkets. Simple, easy, precise. Never once scammed at a bar in 3 years in Moscow. I got to Peter one weekend and got champagne scammed. Wow. There you go. Champagne scammed. Wow. When am I going to do a disable access one? I guess I need to do that really when I go to do a metro stations video or something to do with the public transport, and then point it out in a public transport video. Yeah, thank you, Susan. Yeah, so essentially forever, my channel has been fine. However, the bit that's the tricky part now is, well, it's not tricky because we've got over it well and truly, was the fact that before Swift was blocked and using foreign cards in Russia was blocked, I could use my Australian ATM card, go to an ATM in Russia, take money out, or pay with my card at any shop. And then essentially the YouTube money would be on that bank and I could spend it here. Now I can't do that. I just need to figure out a way to bring money from Australia to Russia through whatever means I have. So yeah, I have a way to do that. So yeah, it's fine. Do you do a video on Tiramok? No. There's a whole lot of non-Russian and Russian YouTubers checking, put and eating Tiramok. Oh my gosh. I know people have asked me to do this before. I'm not a big fan of Tiramok. My wife loves it because it's basically Russian fast food. It's a pancake and savory kind of a restaurant. There's a whole lot of non-Russian YouTubers checking, put and eating. Oh my gosh, no. I might be driving a... What? You're doing a private tour and driving a tank? What? Well, that's pretty fancy if you are doing that. Well, that would be cool to go and do that. Just to let you know, when I went to it, so I can see the spire of the church from our balcony window because it's geographically in the same direction in the southwest of Moscow. And when I went there to make the video of so I went to the NATO museum part, if you want to call it a museum, which is next to the indoor tank and military museum at Pak Patriot. And then the bit that's the Army 2024 is, well, it's about a 10-minute walk from there. And then there's these huge warehouses and convention center. There's even a hotel at Pak Patriot, by the way. So, Philip, you want to do the ultimate thing? You can stay the night at the... It looks like a bit of a Best Western style, like a 3-level. There's a hotel there at Pak Patriot. Yeah, I literally caught a taxi there, and then I came home via the public bus to then a train, to then another train to get home. I was completely happy doing it, though, because I understand public transport, so... I've never seen a Bitcoin terminal. I'm sure there are somewhere. So, guys, we are going to finish the live stream in the next 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes. So, if anybody wants to pay for my wife's oven, what else can you use money for? I don't have anything that I need in my life. I need to come up with something, don't I? Give a reason to donate to the channel, support the channel. I always say in my pinned comments of videos, if anyone wants to buy me, I used to say buy me a Coca-Cola. I don't really drink coffee. Buy me a coffee, pay for lunch, pay for my train ticket. And that's really what I'd be more happy to take the money for, is just to go out and make more videos. Pay for the ticket to go to something, and then that will be the reason I make that video. So yeah, 3 or 4 minutes and we're going to be all out of time. You're too scared to take a cruise. No, stop thinking about Titanic. It's just the movies. I know it's real and based on a movie, or based on a real ship that happened. But there's so many redundancies for safety that... at worst, go on a 3 or 4 day cruise. If you live somewhere close to a port that it's easy to go on a cruise, go on a 3-day cruise or 4-day cruise to see if you like it, and then figure it out. So many British people are leaving for Russia. Well, bad at grammar. Is that me? I've not been to Bunker 42. I know about it. I find it seems to be very touristy, this Bunker 42. I know about it, though, but I've never been there. Not put. I missed a super chat. Oh, from... Sorry, Peter. Because the thing is, on my StreamYard, I don't see it like I see it over on my other screen, which is over here. And I have it only in the corner of my eye, the other stream of the chat, and it shows them there. And then over here, it doesn't show them. Thank you for member for 6 months and 2 super stickers. You're amazing. Also, Andrea, Robert, and Susan, and Ilya for the donation alerts. Thank you for the donation alerts. That donation alerts now will work because I've now figured out why it didn't work from whoever sent anonymous 5 days ago. It will now work tomorrow morning. Sent a bit for the oven. Oh, thank you. I don't usually use my phone during the live streams. Well, I've shown pictures tonight. Thank you so much. Yeah, the oven, I think we need to work on it. We really, since we moved in here, the oven was on the list of things to do. But the actual curtains for the window, we're 50% done. And then we want to change the flooring in the lounge room because they didn't lay it properly. Whoever, before we moved in, it wasn't us, right? So we want to change the flooring and we want to change the radiators for winter because these are the original ones when they built their building 10 years ago. So we want to get proper, better ones. So the oven is about 4th on the list. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4th. Golden Ring Cruise. No, I haven't. I've been to Vladimir. And I want to go back and meet Sam again because I think I should get the train and go there. And even about 2 hours ago, I thought about getting the train in the morning and going there. There's a 5-hour train from my station to Vladimir. It's a long 5 hours, but it's okay. Put the headphones in, watch a video. Should go to the city named Plios. But they're cutting off. I don't know about the SberBank taking dollars. I've never dealt with it, so I don't know about that. I'm sure there's a way that it works, but I don't know. Mine basically is linked with my wife's one, and then she sends me money. So unless someone sends me money physically, my wife has to send me money to this account for me to spend money. So I always feel bad about it. Can you send me some money? Can you send me enough for lunch? Because I don't have money going into this on my own will, if that makes sense. So bad control board. They want $3,000 for a new oven, but found a refurbished one for only $300. Oh, the board, the circuit board refurbished is only $300. Okay. The oven would be about, well, between about 30 and 50,000 rubles. So between $300 and $500. It's the under counter electric oven that would go under the hot plate in the kitchen. Yeah, Sam's in a bit of a tricky situation with his house. I chat to him literally daily, gift wrapped. Absolutely daily, I chat to him. More than once per day. Well, when we get on a bit of a conversation. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Big wall unit here, hence the cost. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is basically the under mount. In the place we rented before, it had an oven at about chest level, and it had a microwave above it. But this one it will mount under the oven, under the hot plate. Ilya, thank you again. Oh, if you've got a question, I'm going to have to answer it. I watched your videos about the city day in Aprilivka. I would like to hear your opinion about the city day and what you liked, what you didn't like the most. Are they similar celebrations in Australia? So what I don't like is loud music. Everywhere I go, I don't like loud speakers. Every event in Russia, the DJ or the host or the MC puts the music up louder, and it makes filming videos harder because of the background music. And that's the bit I don't like. They had music going all day. They had a concert stage, and I didn't stay till the last big act, which is about, I think it was 9 p.m. or 9:30. I don't know. I was home before that because I wanted to get home. What I liked about it was the little food area around the back. I actually had, where I showed that me eating the shashlik, I sat there for probably, I reckon, about 2 hours. I met one couple, and then they left, and I met another couple it was like benches where we were all sitting. And then the second couple I met, we walked over to that karaoke thing where there was people doing open mic, and they both sang. So yeah, I just don't like the loud music there. Everything else about it, I think it's beautiful. Families, kids, parents, a lot of dads, because it's on the weekend, right? The dads are working Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday. So the fact that the dads are there, and the fact that everybody there is from my town, and it's not like an out of, like if you go to Moscow, everybody can be from absolutely everywhere, and they're at an event. Whereas at the Perlivka one, it's really people from this area, immediate area, that would come to it. So we don't really have on a small scale like that. There is the Perth Royal Show, which is it was an agricultural show in the past, but now it's become more about the rides and the sideshow alley. But the Perth Royal Show is actually at a showgrounds where they've got a whole section with mini rides and stuff. And then there's the agricultural side is where they've got like best cow, best cat, best sheep, best horse, and they give medals and trophies. And then they've got wood chopping, and they do some things in a small arena. So not really on that micro town scale. We don't really have a city day for a small city like a Perlivka. We've got them more for the whole, kind of like the Moscow day that they do in the center on Sverskaya Street. That's really, they wouldn't do it. It would cost too much to do it on a small scale in every town in Australia. If you go to some of the regional areas in Australia, though, they'll have, it's mostly agricultural based, especially regional areas where farming is a big thing. And they'll have maybe like a town, there's a place called Beverley, which is a few hours from Perth. And they'd have an Easter kind of event where it would be over a couple of days. Yeah, not anything like a Perlivka day. It's what I'm saying. Thank you for all the video. Yeah, I hope that answers your question, Ilya. My husband and I love them. It's amazing what we have learned in Russia. Get a talking Japanese oven. That would be, we just need a simple, normal one. Nothing talking fancy. Was told to take US dollars from Australia to Russia. Quite hilarious. I got told some rubles. Still got rubles from 9. Yes. You will struggle to find anywhere that will change Australian dollars. Anywhere. Bring US dollars or euros. One or the other. US dollars or euros. As a tourist, you can walk into a SberBank, open an ATM account on the spot with your passport, and then you can get a temporary ATM card, which just says like recipient, and you can put your money onto that card to use it anywhere if you wanted to. Village projects, expedite property. Yes, this is a long way off. Jill, yeah, this Tim Kirby thing, I mean, he's been talking about this for so many years, and he needs the investors to make this work, really, the people to spend the money to buy the properties to, I mean, imagine if I wanted to I could go out and do the same thing he's doing, but it would just take a long time to find the people to then expedite the visa and citizenship process. Yeah, it's all about him working with the local administration who will be willing to bring these people to Russia. That's where I'm traveling from to Moscow, 30th of August. What? Want some Docker stuff? No, I want some Maltesers or Tim Tams. That's about all. So you're flying from Perth to Russia. Wow. On 30th of August. That's crazy. You'll have to contact me on Telegram in case I've got something that I want bringing. I want silly things, nothing. Docker stuff I don't need. I've got one polo shirt that I wear occasionally. That's about it. Sverskaya. Yes, not Thank you, Sergey. I know you'll always chime in when I say it wrongly. Moscovich. I say Moscovich wrong as well. Moscovich. Have you been on a Dutch river cruise? I haven't. No, I've been on passenger cruise ships because I worked on them for a lot of years. I love YouTubers like you and American Expat and Lisa with Love. Don't watch Sam that much. Yeah, Sam's content is a little bit varying. If you want to see a little bit more Russian content from Sam, watch his second channel, B Road Russia, where he goes to some of the more provincial parts of Vladimir where he lives. American Expat. He lives somewhere in Moscow, and then Lisa, I think, lives somewhere as well. I don't know where either of them live. Yeah, Sam lives in Vladimir, which is a few hundred kilometers northeast of Moscow. It's called the Golden Ring, very close to Zuzdal, which is very famous, one of the oldest places in Russia. Vladimir is very old as well, like 1,000 years old something. I'm very nonchalant about saying that, but I've never been to Dr. Zhivago on Sverskaya. I don't have the YouTube donations and the Boosty account to pay to go to Dr. Zhivago. Yes, they will. Put them in your luggage. Absolutely, will be fine in your luggage. My mum brought them from Perth to Bali, and then from Bali, I took them back to Moscow. No problems at all. Actually, I had them in my carry-on on the way from Bali to Moscow because our luggage was already full with things that we were buying, already planning to get. So, yeah, my mum brought me OXO cubes, Bisto gravy, broccoli, broccoli sauce, you know, the Maggi broccoli sauce. What else did she bring? Maltesers and Tim Tams was a lot. And my auntie and uncle came from England to Bali, and they brought me stuff from England as well. Yes, Dr. Zhivago is not cheap. Yeah, I'm not. Why can we not afford an oven? Because we recently moved into this place a few months ago, and a lot of the money was taken up buying the place, or at least buying it with the bank. And we've got we've got to live as well. My wife has a very humble, small nail salon in the building where we live, and we Judith, I'm sorry, I can't give you a full detailed answer. It didn't come with an oven. So the thing is, we have a list of things we want to do here, but the list is quite long. But we have to narrow it down to the practical things that we can do based on just saving money for one, Word you per Russia, sure. I don't know how we can do that, but I really don't do collaborations with other people because sometimes a lot of things are skewed about what I say or ask, or they ask me and things like that. So, okay, everybody, I'm going to head off. I really hope you've enjoyed the live stream. Normally 2 hours is my live stream time. So I'm going to say thank you for 221 likes. Sorry, I'm staring over at the number over here. When it's over here, my camera's up here. Thank you to Ilya for donation alerts. It definitely works. Thank you to Peter, Andrea, Robert, Peter, Susan, and Peter again for super chats or super stickers. Thank you so much. And then I think somebody said they did on SberBank. I'll need to check that because I don't tend to look at that on my phone while we're doing live streams. So if someone did send money to SberBank, thank you so much. That doesn't end up with my wife. 222 from me. Thank you, Sergey, for being the 222nd. Cheers, good sir. You're very welcome. Sailor, thank you. Okay, everybody, thank you a lot. I know a lot of people do watch, not type chat and just listen. Yeah. Have a nice night. Thank you, Susan. Yes. What I'll do, as soon as I've finished this live stream, I will press publish on the latest video, and then everybody can go and watch a new video. Literally, as soon as you click away from the live stream now, and maybe you refresh your YouTube or go to my YouTube channel, there'll be a new video to watch literally in the next 2 minutes. So if you're already late or early for something, or if not, you can watch it in the morning. Or in the morning for me would be the afternoon for you. From another man without a working oven, thanks. Yes, we have a hot plate. We have an air fryer, which everybody said I should buy when we moved in, and we did. So we got the air fryer. So maybe the next live stream will be a oven appeal-a-thon. Buy an oven marathon. Okay, I'm going to end the video. We're going to put the other live video to watch straight afterwards. It's not going to be live. It's just going to be published. So you'll just be able to click it and watch it. I won't do the premiere thing because it's just easier just to publish it. Not getting fixed. I need to install one. We need to buy one. Just all I need to do is go to, well, where we live here, there's El Dorado. I can walk to an electrical goods store, buy one, bring it home, and then get an electrician to come and install it. It's actually quite simple if we could pay for one. Okay. See you, everybody. Have a good night. Watch an old video. Post a comment. If you want to comment under this video, I'll try to reply to them literally now if there's any there. Otherwise, catch you later. Bye, everybody. Bye.